farther out in space we look, the farther back in time we see. Light that has been traveling from distant objects for billions of years reveals how those objects looked when the light first began its journey. Now, scientists, including team leader Masami Ouchi from the Carnegie Institution, have discovered a mysterious giant object that existed at a time when the universe was only about 800 million years old. This object, known as a Lyman-Alpha blob, is both mysterious and surprising. Mysterious because it is so far away that a variety of instruments has not yet been able to determine what it is. Surprising because it is larger than any other object so far away. Because this object was discovered as part of data collected at the Subaru telescope, which is operated by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan, it has been named Himiko, after a legendary Japanese princess. Himiko exists right on the edge of what astronomers can currently see, the so-called reionization era of cosmic history. This anomaly almost caused Himiko to go unexamined, as Masami Ouchi explains.
First, I found Himiko in a large and bright source, in our distant galaxy candidates, and because a distant galaxy is supposed to be a faint point source from Himiko. So from Himiko's shape and brightness, I thought Himiko was an ordinary disk galaxy in the foreground, which contaminated our distant galaxy sample.
Telescope time is rare and expensive, so if Himiko really was just a nearby ordinary galaxy instead of a distant object, there was no reason to examine it further. But something prompted a second thought.
I told myself, wait a minute, how am I sure this source is a foreground interloper? Then I started carefully looking at Himiko's colors from the imaging data. The colors clearly presented two key signatures of a typical distant galaxy: a strong single emission line and a large spectral break.
Eventually, data from 5 different telescopes, both ground-based and orbital, revealed just how extraordinary Himiko was. Carnegie astronomer Alan Dressler explains that if Himiko was an ancestor of today's galaxies, many more smaller objects should also have been found. But so far, Himiko is one of a kind, and it's very hard to fit it into the prevailing model of galaxy formation. But of course, that's what makes it interesting. Masami Ouchi says that the next phase of research will be an attempt to use the Hubble Space Telescope to see what other objects can be found. The research will be published in the May 10, 2009 issue of the Astrophysical Journal. This is John Strom for the Carnegie Institution.